My name is Yetunde Adeni. I'm a model and an actor. We are filming
The movie The Fix.
Meet Jennifer. He played the character Jennifer. Jennifer, that character is torn between a couple, a wife and husband. I mean, this is one character I haven't been playing. Because sometimes I feel naturally not the kind of person who would, I don't know why, seduce a man. But hey, I found myself doing that today and it was crazy and funny.
I played the role of Risi Alagbo in the movie The Fix. It's an amazing storyline. The writer poured everything in it. Now when I can't need you, your guy can't be around.
No, that's so a bill.
This will come happen now. From our day-to-day activities in life, things happening around us and all. It's an amazing storyline.
So the inspiration behind the movie The Fix came from closely observing people and how their unique problems shape their behavior and kind of patterns it in a certain way. So I wanted to tell a story, or I've been a lover of telling stories around night, because there's a lot happening in the night that you don't see. How different people kind of have different unique stories, which at the end of the day, each person has a problem that they are dealing with. Things like deceit, lies, affairs and all of that, that you'll be like, this is an interesting topic that you want to focus on. So this was kind of my inspiration around it, telling a story that is authentic to people, and I feel something that is unique to even the audience.
My character is the agbo. We all know agbo sellers, how they sell the agbo. They work from sun up to sundown, and then at first it was a little bit hard because it's not something I do daily. And I've never played that role before. It's my first time. One, I'm a Yoruba girl, and another thing is I see them often. Fortunately, there was a lot of person at that time when we were shooting. So I just saw how she behaved, how she talked to customers, and I feel, okay, I should be able to do it. And then maybe say tomorrow I go talk, say they go out, go meet your wife.
They go anywhere, my fault.
I played Taju in the movie The Fix, and I was a security guard, unfortunately, as money no day. So, as a street guy, I had to, keep the hustle on. I had to try to make money. So Taju is a back sharp guy. He knows life. He has a wife, but he's still about the life. Like he's still trying to enjoy life, the normal things that every guy. The only bad part is the fact that he does not really have money. So he just had to make do with the job that he's doing, which is a security guard. So when I got the script from the director, Moses, it was a little bit tricky, but obviously I'm a Yoruba boy, and I've been about the life to know what it means to want to be a good hustler and then still struggling with it.
At the point of writing this story, when I was kind of drafting the plot around the story and kind of structuring it, I knew this was a story I wanted to work on and I wanted to put out there as something that is coming from me as a director. At that point, I reached out to Nelson, who came on board as the writer, to come in and kind of give the story some structure, more flesh and all of that. So by the time he sent me his own draft, I realized that this was a story that I was willing to go right on with.
When I got the script, at first, the director had written what I would call an idea. He had fleshed it up to an extent. But I needed to now make it into a proper screenplay. It's a typical Nigerian story, but it has that twist to it. That was it for me. So I was like, okay, I think I get the idea that the director is trying to drive at. And then I had to work with it, and we have it. We fixed it.
So the visual atmosphere I wanted to create from this story was something that subjected the character into the shadows and something that portrayed like the character had secrets that they were not willing to let out. So it will have to take the audience to journey with the character, and at that point they will be able to demystify the unique differences of each of these characters. So I wanted to tell a story that kind of connect to the everyday happening, from the streets to the different aspects of people's endeavor, something that marries all of these individual experiences together.
After reading the script and
having a series of calls with the director and a few members of the team, we had to understand that this was tilting towards like the thriller, psychological thriller kind of feel, and the communication, the visual language has to be towards the thriller and the horror feel. So when I say that, what I mean is the way we actually see things through the lens, using the lens as part of the story and not just to communicate the story.
My first encounter with the script, I knew that I could actually, kick it. And Taju, no man, I be on with Kuna, street boy, alone. So, I just immersed myself into it. Oh, guy, a plaster for you, Baba.
Alex is a cool-headed guy who have so much respect and regard for the wife, but unknown to him, the person who he holds in high esteem, she's a different person entirely. So he's bound to fall into temptation. But the fact that he's still always able to hold his head high, many people, but either a man or a woman, are into marriage for their personal benefit, greed, selfishness. And if they don't get what they want, you'll be surprised at how far people can go just to get what they want in marriage.
It was experimental for me because it's my first time playing Risi Alagbo in a particular movie, and I wanted to see how it felt to sell Agbo. I wanted to see how it felt to key into that character. And
so in guiding the actors to fully absorb their characters, it started more for me in the casting phase. So at the point when I was casting and auditioning for each of the individual roles, I kind of know the actors and actresses that will work best for it. Based on the synergy and the relationship I had with some of them, it was easy. So when we go on set, the character felt original in each of these actors, and this helped them to have like a very good visual performance, and that was what I was looking for majorly.
I feel we connected well. It will be difficult if the person you're working with is not into that role.
Taju is just somebody that I can relate with. If it's not for, God in everybody's life, everybody could have been Taju. You understand? So I immersed myself into it, and Taju is me, I'm Taju. Risi cat. I love. She's my babe. It was really smooth because she, as a person, actually has a lot of synergy with me as well, because she understands the role and I understand mine as well. So it was quite easy for us to sync and work together. And from the movie, you can tell that it was sweet.
I'm a fine Agbosela, and he's an handsome security guard. Normal. We would like each other. He's always buying from me, paying me instantly. So I know that we women now, they like money. Money for hand, back for ground.
You guys already know now. You know Taj now, TJ, M1, TJ, always fired up now.
I've never seen Agbosela fall in love, but in this movie, I fell in love with Taju.
Jenny. There's always a Jennifer in every man's life, especially in every married man's life. There's always a Jennifer. There's always that one person who tries to push themselves on already made goods.
For the first time I worked with Uche David, played my co-lead. He's a fantastic guy and a fantastic actor.
The thing about The Fix is you can't really tie the story to one protagonist. Every character had their own personal challenges. Alex, Jennifer, for instance, Taju has a wife that pressures him at home. He's got a drinking problem and he's doing a job that he doesn't like. I mean, who really wants to be a security guard? There's a man who is struggling with the temptation right there in his front in the office. There's that tension in the room when you have Alex and Jennifer, and there's a wife who is the one plotting everything from behind. We don't know why, what our intentions are, but we just know that she's doing it. To what end is what we're here to find out. And that's what makes that story unique. in its own right, and that's why it's called The Fix.
One thing that really makes creativity or makes filmmaking in general stand out is the ability for great talents to come together and collaborate. The director Moses, director takes we had a series of conversation around this movie, speaking about his vision for this movie and how we could bring that to life using the tools that we have at our disposal. One interesting thing about this was our physical limitation. We had a very small space and we had a few locations, but this story had to be told. So what actually gave us an edge on this was the fact that we could collaborate on each of these locations and how we plan to achieve them with the choices of the lenses, how we plan to light up the spaces, because it's really hard to light up small spaces that way that you still have to infuse actors in it and you still have to infuse crew in it. But we're able to do this in a very short time, and that's the power of collaboration.
Just go home, I'll finish up.
You don't want me to finish with you?
Go home!
The director made it a lot easy for me, even though I was a little bit troublesome, you can tell from the movie, but he made it a lot easy for me, and you know, at the end of the day, it's just for good results.
Production of the movie The Fix was really interesting and something I always look out for, to put out certain works out there that people can watch and enjoy. So I would say all through the being on set, post-production and all of that was really interesting. Obviously, when we were on set, there were certain scenes that were like technical. We wanted them to have a particular look and feel. But at the end of the day, it was a seamless process for like myself, the director, the cast and the crew. Yeah, everybody kind of enjoyed the whole process of working on the movie The Fix.
The director was fantastic, and at the same time working hand in hand with crew members and actors. Like everyone worked like a family.
Hey, Temi, along, it's your boy Taju. The movie The Fix is out
On Nollywood Refined TV on YouTube. Search for it, like, comment.
You are going to fall in love with it. It's movie and all characters.
I am pleading with you right now to go and see this fantastic movie.
The Fix, it's ready for you guys to gorge on it, watch it. It's exciting, it's thrilling, it's educative. I wouldn't do anything that's not educative anyways. You must always use your art to teach. So I think The Fix will teach you one or two.
So yeah, finally The Fix is out, and I would say go watch The Fix and let it fix you.
So now that the movie The Fix is out, I want you to look out for a movie that is intriguing, interesting, something that connects to your everyday Nigerian story. And I believe you're going to love it.
I really beg you. You go beg. Hey, have you seen a wife? No, leave Funke. Have you seen a wife? Where it come publicly, come beg. You go beg. Please, come and see my movie.
Ẹ má gọ̀, Ọlọ́run, ìgò lọ́wọ́ wọn ta ló máa ń fọ́. Go and watch it right now, because it's out.